Yo, what up? It's your boy Mac TheWiseSole. NFL Week 1 has started, and I'm here with my boy vlogging with Demetrius.
What's
And
good, man? Appreciate you for having me on.
no, I
First of
appreciate you
all,
for coming on, man.
I
Uh,
love that intro, man. I
oh, for
love
sure.
the
For
intro.
sure. Yo, look, I'ma just let y'all know right now, this ain't gonna be a happy hour or 45 minutes because both of our teams lost today, and I ain't really in a good mood. So I said I'm gonna do it. So I'm happy my boy vlogging come on here with me. Again, this is your home for sneakers and sports. I'm your boy Mac TheWiseSole. Look, let's just get right into it. Let's just get right into it. Before I get into the sports pop talk real quick, did you pick up Fire Red threes this weekend?
No, I passed on them.
You passed on them.
Yeah, I got to allocate my money towards other stuff. So
Right.
shoes that are a must have for me. I understand that they OGs and everything, but I'm good with the Fire Red fours.
I mean, you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that. But you're not really big on threes yet. We tried to get you on there, but you
That's true as well.
you ain't all the way up on threes yet. So
That's true as well.
right. So I got a pair coming in. I got a lob, so I didn't hit on any raffles for whatever reason that was.
That's surprising because I've been seeing them sitting everywhere.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought I was gonna hit on Flex. I ain't hit on Flex. I ain't hit on the local boutiques out here. Nothing. But luckily the homie hit up at DSG out in DC. Shout out to my homie Mark. He gonna shoot me the pair. So I got the lob on it. So they coming in. So once they get in here, I'll try to do a quick video, but it's hella videos out there about the Fire Reds already out there, but it's all good. So now, NFL talk. Let's just get right into it, man. So some of y'all know, some of y'all might not know. Vlogging is a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, ain't nothing to be guilty about it. You love the Falcons. That's your squad. So can you explain what happened? Because last I saw
Bro, I
y'all was
was
winning.
see. Listen, I thought honestly we we looked at pretty good. It was a rivalry game,
Right.
against the Saints, and we were for the most part up. But like typical Atlanta fashion, whenever we have a lead, we just blow it. I believe we've been cursed to do that since the Super Bowl.
Oh, 28-3, huh?
Yeah, since the old
Ah,
28-3.
okay. I mean, it, yeah. I mean, we always say the Falcons are going Falcon. And Atlanta going Atlanta. One of my best friends, he's a Saints fan. He actually thought he was gonna lose. Like he had the Saints, they weren't doing too well. He was ready to buy the domain fire DennisAllen.com because he thought it was a game over, but not so fast.
I mean, for the most part, I've seen a lot of positives.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Mariota, he he looked pretty good. I mean, he had that one horrible fumble. Instead of sliding to get put down, he just went in head first
Right.
and fumbled the ball, and that cost. I think that cost us the game.
Was that
But
the
we
play
were
in the
on the
fourth
road,
quarter?
huh?
Was that the play in the fourth quarter?
Yeah,
So y'all would have had that. Y'all would have ran out the clock after that.
exactly.
Marcus Mariota. First of all, shout out to my homie Boat Kicks in the chat. Appreciate you
What
coming
up,
through,
bro?
Boat. So, I mean, what's let's talk about the Falcons real quick. What's the expectation down in Atlanta? Looking at it going from the outside, I really wasn't expecting much from y'all. I picked y'all last in the division, but that's an outsider talk. So
Yeah. See, for me, my expectations aren't high, but because Marcus Mariota, I don't think he'll be around for very long. So we definitely gonna have to pick up a quarterback. But I don't think this.
right,
We're gonna at least be competitive even when we lose. So I don't see Atlanta, tanking to pick
right.
up a quarterback.
I mean, so what about the y'all got the young kid on the backup? What's his name?
Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter from Cincinnati. It's at some point y'all gonna be clamming to get him in the game if y'all not getting W's, right?
I mean, yeah, bless you. Mrs. vlogging in the background.
What's up,
Shout out to Mrs. Vlogging in
Wiseau?
the building.
But yeah, I'm not too big on playing rookies. Their first year,
All
let
right.
them sit there and learn. After that, we'll see where it is, and if things look pretty good for them, then we continue with them. If not, we just pick up someone else. But
I mean, you
the defense, they held their own for a while.
right?
So I do like Atlanta defense.
I mean, y'all got pieces. I mean, you got AJ Terrell, you
Yeah,
got what Kyle Pitts, you got Drake London.
Drake
Y'all got some.
London. When we picked up Drake London, I wasn't happy with that pick because I felt like we needed to address other positions on the team,
Right.
especially on that offensive line. But he did pretty good though.
Yeah, he had a good first game. What he had like 6, 7 catches.
Yeah,
He had a solid first game. I didn't get to see too much. I got to see a little red zone because I was watching my squad um playing. And the matter of fact, the Saints fan just called me just now. Uh, but I look at the Falcons this way. You're a young team. You're not really sure about the QB position yet, but the pieces are there. As long as it's entertaining, I think you can't really be mad at what happens this season. You really want to
yeah,
be just entertained at this point,
it was an entertaining game nonetheless.
right?
I mean, between college football and first week of NFL, even Thursday night football,
Right.
there's been a lot of interesting wins and losses this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as people don't know, if they don't know in the chat, vlogging is a UGA fan. Who did
Right?
y'all play? Y'all didn't play nobody this weekend,
We played Sanford, but next week we have South Carolina. That's normally a tough game for Georgia, but I think we'll be good. After that, I don't know who we have after that, but
I look at. I'll say this. I'll say this real quick to not to go too crazy on college football right now, but I watched that Alabama Texas game.
Alabama should have lost.
They definitely should have lost. Texas tricked that game away. Georgia, I told my boy this. Georgia is the best team in the SEC, and it's not close right now. It's
Facts.
Georgia. Alabama's below them, but they're little. They not on Georgia's level. I watched Oregon, a Pac-12 team, come out there and and got mopped. It's I saw it happen, and I'm a believer in them Bulldogs at UGA.
I'm
But
curious to see what the rankings going to be tomorrow.
you would think, yeah, you would think Alabama would go down to 2, but that's the thing. I hate rankings. Like I really don't like them until they do the BCS rankings or the college football playoff rankings and
Yeah,
stuff. But it's I my teams don't ever really make it. I'm trying to make Michigan my national team because Cal just really ain't cutting it for me out here because we don't never make no playoffs, no bowl games.
I
We
mean
just be trash.
USC new coach. He brought some players in.
USC fight on. First of all, shout out to all my Trojan homies because I know a few USC fans. They're on the way. I got a lot of texts yesterday while I was watching the game saying USC is back. USC is not back, but they close. And once USC get rolling, they're gonna get a lot of kids. They're gonna get a lot of kids, and it's gonna be something else. What up, Mark? Shout out to my homie Mark, the ISO Swiss Show. Make sure you check him out on YouTube. Again, shout out to Vlogging with Demetrius. Make sure you check him out as well. I'll link everybody below so you can go ahead and sub up to their channels. Vlogging is on the way to 1,000 subs.
Facts.
And I believe when you get to 1,000, you got a giveaway coming up, right?
Yeah, I'm giving away a magnetic levitation display. So if y'all seen videos of shoes floating in between a machine, that's what I'm giving away
All
at
right.
1K. So definitely go subscribe and make sure y'all like the stream, please.
Oh yeah. I'm not good at that telling everybody like, yeah, go ahead and hit a thumbs up for your boy so we can get this out there. We gonna do a lot more of these sneakers and sports lives. I was telling vlogging earlier. I'm trying to get back out there and get these going because we all love sneakers, but some of it for the most part is based on our love of sports, and that kind of all got us going.
Yeah.
But first of all, Boat Kicks, your team plays tonight. I know you're a Cowboys fan. You ain't gonna like what I got to say about the Cowboys later, so just know it's not gonna go well for you. But
I'm
anyway,
good, man. Forget the Cowboys. I'm
oh
over the
yeah,
Cowboys.
don't nobody like the Cowboys, and we ain't gonna never really mess with the Cowboys. But let me go ahead and get into this real quick. He said, shut up. The 49ers, man. The 49ers went to Chicago and lost to the Bears. Like the sleep ass Bears at that, man. Like, I'm not gonna say I went into week 1 and overlooked Chicago, but I was convinced we're gonna go in there, get a dub, get up out of there, come on back, and then I think we got Seattle this week.
The weather played a factor, man.
It did. It
I
did.
believe the weather played a factor. It rained.
It rained. It rained hard. It was a downpour. I don't want to make excuses. Like, I don't want to be that guy. The weather sucked. The weather sucked. The field was terrible. I think I posted a picture on Instagram. They had the field lines all. It wasn't even straight.
Yeah.
The lines weren't even straight. I'm like, what are they doing in Chicago? And I was getting text messages from one of our good friends. You know him as Crew. And he was just talking. He got real quiet when we was up 10-0. I ain't hear nothing from him. But once the squad got ahead, it was all bad. It was all bad. And I was so mad, man. It wasn't necessarily the weather that really bothered me. It was just the penalties, man. We had like 11 penalties for like 90 yards.
100 yards, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, you can't have championship football and keep getting all these penalties, especially when you're playing in those conditions. Like, we didn't give the defense a chance to just pin their ears back and go at it. Like, this should have been an easy W because Justin Fields, he wasn't really playing that well, man. Like, he didn't really do too much. Like,
so let me ask you this. What is your expectation when it comes to the 49ers dealing with, Trey Lance, second year, didn't get much rep in the first season. His first season in. So what is your expectations for your team? Are you expecting playoffs or at least above 500 record?
Here's the thing. Trey Lance is young. I understand that. But I think the team around him is good enough to where I think we're a playoff contender. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to win games. This is a game that you should win if you're a true playoff team. Again, it's week 1. Kind of like Bo said, it's early to really worry about it too much. But I think Trey Lance is going to be a solid quarterback. Is he going to be the next big thing? I don't know that yet. I don't know. But I think he's an improvement over what we had in Jimmy G. I don't want to really hear about the Jimmy G is he wins games. Cool, he wins games, but he's always hurt. And that was always an issue with us. Like, he never really stayed on the field. The 49er fan base is all divided on who should be playing. It's hard, man. Like, it's tough, man. It's frustrating because it was a game that got out of hand that we shouldn't have let slip away, and we tricked off a W.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I think the weather played a big factor. I think if you had a dry, sunny game, I do believe the score would be different. Don't get me wrong. Chicago has a good team, especially their defense. Shout out to Roquan Smith, former Georgia boy.
Smith. That guy.
Shout out to Roquan, former Georgia boy. But Justin Fields, to me, is more of a runner than a thrower. Not saying he can't throw the ball, but he's not as consistent throwing the ball to me. Yeah. You see that a lot when he was playing college in Ohio State.
Right.
Yeah, he played in Ohio State. And when they had that championship game against Alabama, I think he got exposed. Once you got rid of the run for him, he couldn't throw the ball.
See, this is the thing about Justin Fields. I actually like Justin Fields. Like, when it came to that draft last year, he was one of the guys, I was like, hey, we got to get Justin Fields. It was Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Zach Wilson. Those are the three QBs I like going into the draft. And it I watched him play last year, and there's a lot of things he needs to develop in, like calling out pass protections and just getting rid of the football. The problem in Chicago is they not really putting anything around him to help. Like the offensive line is trash. I mean, we got to Justin pretty easy today, but we got a pretty good defensive line. I saw him take a lot of hits last year, and that's not ever a good thing for a young quarterback. Shout out to Bobby. What up, Bobby Sneakers World?
What's going on, Bobby?
So, I mean, I like Justin Fields. I just think Chicago is not the place for them. But when you think about teams and NFL quarterbacks in history, Chicago, they ain't never had a great quarterback. Like, they don't know how to treat a great quarterback and how to build around one. And I think they're gonna fumble the ball with Justin Fields, honestly.
Yeah, that's almost sound like Detroit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I almost forgot I could click on the comments, man. Like, it's but see the thing with Detroit, even when they had Stafford, they weren't winning games, but Stafford was still
He
he was
putting
still
up
doing his
numbers.
thing. He was putting up numbers. Calvin Johnson, obviously, they were doing their thing. They just didn't really turn that or translate that into W's. So my man Rice Go said the 49ers made too many mental mistakes. They definitely had to get the running game going. They definitely missed Kittle today, and the O-line woes continue. So that's another thing. Injuries. Injuries played a part. George Kittle, obviously, arguably one of the top three tight ends in the NFL. He didn't play. Eli Mitchell, our starting running back, he left the game, I want to say in the second quarter. So he didn't even really play in the second half of the game. So that played a role in it. And like, see, I'm getting into the excuses part, and I'm really trying not to because we flat out just lost the game. But that played a role in it, man. Like that field was terrible, and it didn't showcase the best of the 49ers, in my opinion. It it
Well,
just it just didn't.
the silver lining is it's just week one.
No
Though he
doubt.
started it with an L, it's just week one. Got 16 more to go.
Right. So Boat Kick says, check this out. For the last few years, y'all been in a rebuilding process, but still hit the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Y'all good. Even the QB situation is a good problem to have. You're right. You're right, Boat. Having Jimmy G as the backup is not necessarily a bad thing. But I'm gonna tell y'all, like I told my homie, it's a distraction. It's an unnecessary distraction. Having Jimmy G on the bench, on the roster, is a distraction for Trey Lance and his development. Because all we hear about is, are they going to pull the plug on Trey at some point? If Trey doesn't play well, they're going to bring Jimmy in. Is the locker room divided? Trey don't need to hear all that. The other side of that is, if Trey is who we think Trey is, he's going to block out that noise anyway, and he'll be okay. But I feel like Shanahan is not. I'm gonna go on a Shanahan rant in a minute. Shanahan is not putting Trey Lance in the best position to succeed, in my opinion. And I love Kyle Shanahan. I know vlogging, you might not necessarily love
I
Kyle
almost shot a
Shanahan.
bird on the live stream, but I'm glad I did. I'm more mature than that. I'm glad I'm
it's
more mature than that.
yeah,
Look at
it's
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan, man. It's I want Trey to be really good, like I really do. But we gotta we gotta do right by Trey and put him in the proper position to win. So
I think
Jimmy
even
G,
though he tricked us off in the Super Bowl, I think y'all got the right coach for the job. Because when he was in Atlanta,
right?
you know, Matt Ryan stayed upright for the most part. Um, and y'all got a squad: Debo Samuel, Kittle.
Right.
Y'all got some key pieces. Of course, every team needs work, but Trey Lance has to be who y'all think he is because y'all sold the future for him.
Yeah.
What y'all give up like 3 first rounds,
Yeah. Three
some and a
picks,
couple other
three
rounds.
number one picks for Trey. Yeah.
So he has no choice but to be who y'all think he is. Even if Jimmy G is there,
Mm-hmm.
Trey Lance is still the future because you have nobody else.
You're right. You're right. You're right. They've committed to Trey. They decided, hey, we gonna wipe Trey up, and that's what we're gonna do with trading all those draft picks and all that capital. But I'm gonna say this: Kyle Shanahan has fumbled the quarterback position since he's arrived in San Francisco. And I only say it this way: when he first got here, obviously we didn't have a good roster at all. We had issues. He brought in Brian Hoyer to be the quarterback, and we're like, what are you doing? That's the same year that we didn't draft, but the draft included Deshaun Watson, Pat Mahomes, even Mitchell Trubisky. But Kyle Shanahan decided, I'm not going to worry about looking at any of these quarterbacks. I'll figure it out. He drafted like a quarterback in the third round, CJ Beathard, who turned out to be, nobody but a bench warmer. The fact that he didn't even take time to like consider a Pat Mahomes or Deshaun Watson, all because the illusion of, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign Kirk Cousins next offseason. That was the rumor going around out here that's what he really wanted was Kirk Cousins. So I think he fumbled that. So instead, they trade for Jimmy Garoppolo in the middle of that season when we're having a terrible season, and they gave up 2 second-round picks for that. So, okay, cool, you get Jimmy G. If you don't really want Jimmy G, then you shouldn't even make that trade. You should have just waited for Kirk Cousins to become a free agent and do what you wanted to do initially. But I felt like he felt pressure because we weren't winning games. So
I mean, y'all had success with Jimmy G. Yeah, he couldn't stay healthy, but that don't despite the fact that y'all had success with. I mean, y'all went to a Super Bowl with Jimmy G.
Right.
So to me, I think your investment paid off. I didn't understand the Trey Lance pick simply because I think he started in like less than 20 games in college.
Right.
So I didn't understand why trade your whole future for a quarterback who barely played while he was in college. But I think, only time will tell.
Yeah, I think the thing with Trey was it was the excitement of what could be. I agree with you. He had the least experience coming out. He barely had played. He was a starter for 1 year, came out early, didn't play that year before the draft because of COVID. So it's a lot, man. I mean, and like you said, to give up that many draft picks.
The Pac-10, or I forgot what school he went to.
He went to North Dakota State. It wasn't even a Pac-12 school. It was a FCF conference school, one of the Division twos or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he didn't even play quote unquote big boy football. But we've seen quarterbacks not do that. The Ben Roethlisbergers and
Tom Brady. I mean, he played at Michigan, but he didn't start.
Right. I mean, Brady. Yeah. If Trey can become Brady, perfect. Even like Josh Allen. I mean, he went to Wyoming.
True.
That's kind of a comp I think I look at is Josh Allen and what he did his first couple years in Buffalo. If Trey can take that kind of development arc, I think he'd be all right. But I think people got to chill, let it all play out. Like, he's a young QB. He gonna make mistakes.
It's just week 1.
It's just week 1. That should what I named the live. It's just week 1. So it's
and anybody in the chat can answer this question. What game surprised you the most?
I think what game surprised me the most this weekend?
The Cardinals and Kansas City.
I mean, Kansas City whooping on Arizona. I was hoping that was going to happen.
Surprise me.
It wasn't.
I'll tell you my pick.
What was that?
And it's because of the talent on the team.
Okay.
And that would be the Colts and the Texans. I didn't expect the Texans to have Indianapolis down the way that they did. They added Matt Ryan, but you also got one of the best running backs in the league right now. And you got some pretty decent wide receivers.
Yeah.
And it's Houston. Houston haven't been good since Deshaun Watson.
All right.
So that's my pick as far as game surprise. And that game ended in a tie.
We almost had 2 ties week 1. That's so crazy.
Yes.
Here's the thing about Indy, right? They trade Carson Wentz because they just felt like Carson Wentz couldn't get them to the next level. But they bring in Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan got Taylor. They got Pittman at receiver. They got a solid defense. Is it because it's early and Matt Ryan still got to figure out how to, get the rhythm with the team? Or
That's
maybe
very possible because he didn't play a lot in preseason.
I don't think he played but maybe one preseason game and only for like a quarter.
Yeah,
So
he didn't play
he didn't
much
get a
in
lot of snaps.
preseason. So you still got to give him time to acclimate to the new team.
Right.
But still,
Yo, what up, Liam?
Matt Ryan should have been seasoned enough to adjust quick enough to at least put him over Houston.
So let me ask you this. As a Falcons fan, you've been through bad seasons with Matt Ryan as your QB.
But that's also because we had a bad O-line. Matt Ryan got sacked a lot.
He got sacked
a bad O-line, and our defense was iffy.
Right.
At best.
Okay.
That's why everybody managed to make comebacks on us. Matt Ryan don't play offense and defense. So I can't put all the blame on Matt Ryan.
I mean, obviously their defense played a role in it.
Julio couldn't stay healthy. Calvin Ridley was doing whatever Calvin Ridley was doing.
I don't know what's up with Nightbot real quick, but yeah, Nightbot ain't really working how he's supposed to work. But Calvin Ridley, he ain't really gonna play this year, right? I think he got the suspension.
He got suspended for betting on the game.
That's what some players do. It's wild that happens. But this is the thing with Matt Ryan and Indy. I think at the end of the day, they'll be fine because their division's trash. Jacksonville, Houston, obviously. And I'm not sold on Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee is really, really a good team at all, honestly. Like,
yeah, they lost
Indy
two
should be fine.
Last year. They lost A.J. Brown and Julio.
Right.
I mean, for the most part, anyway, Derrick Henry carried Houston, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is the reason why they got as far as they did.
Right.
And without Derrick Henry, they would be a basic team at best.
Yeah, it's another SEC player carrying a team in the NFL. But I think that's over with. Henry coming off that injury from last season. I mean, I think he tried to come back toward the end in the playoffs, but
he played.
I didn't see his stats for today, but I know they were battling out with the Giants.
He did good.
Get the stats pulled up.
Let's take a look. See what we got with Henry. Okay, 21 carries, 82 yards. Week 1, that's not bad. That's not bad. Saquon Barkley actually balled out. Now that's a surprise, because I was starting to think Saquon might not make it. He might just be a bust.
I mean,
like Saquon went for 18, 164.
The Giants are a bust.
Yeah, the Giants are a bust. Saquon, he's fine. He good.
I think anybody who gets drafted by Jacksonville, New York, either team, don't matter.
The Jets or the Giants,
your career is off to a bad start.
I mean, I would like to think the Giants are a better run organization than that, but it's been a minute since they've been successful, so you might be onto something with that. You poor Saquon. He had
Saquon
injuries.
Also stay healthy.
What was that?
I say Saquon also couldn't stay healthy.
That's another thing, and that's key. I mean, it puts them in a bad situation. It also, doesn't allow him to develop and learn the system, learn the game, playing in the NFL. But he came back with a vengeance today, so I'm hoping he stays healthy this year. And if he's going to go for 150, 164 each week, Saquon's back. Saquon is definitely back. So Liam talking about Steelers with that win. Pittsburgh, could you call that a surprise, beating Cincinnati? Like, when you think about it, normally, we're not going to think Pittsburgh beating Cincinnati is a surprise, but Cincinnati's been picked by a lot of people to try to get back to that Super Bowl, and Pittsburgh's supposed to be in a down year.
I think Cincinnati, I'm not saying that they got to the Super Bowl on a fluke or anything, but it definitely surprised me, especially how many times Joe Burrow was sacked last year. He was sacked the most in the league, and he also got a record for being sacked the most in the playoffs.
Right.
So even though I think they got 4 new people on the O-line, they still look like they were struggling. Granted, everybody, including you see what happened to the Super Bowl winners. It seems like once you in that Super Bowl game, you take a step back the next season because the momentum don't continue to roll no matter what team you are. Look what happened to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl and they brought back every single player that they had that Super Bowl winning team.
Right.
That next year, they took a step back. So I'm curious to know, even though I know a lot of people got Tom Brady going to the Super Bowl, but I think this season is going to be interesting as far as who's going to make it to the playoffs, who's going to make it to the Super Bowl, because you got a lot of moving pieces during the off season.
Right. I think the NFC is definitely wide open. I think anybody, one of the top teams can come out the NFC this year. We saw the Rams get destroyed on Thursday night by Buffalo. They didn't look good. Obviously, the defending champs. The 49ers took the L. The Eagles look good, but their defense is questionable. I mean, Detroit pretty much almost came back and won that game. Tampa Bay, like you stated, their offensive line issues they're gonna have. What's gonna really happen over there?
Yep.
And I ain't gonna be honest. I'm not really big on Dallas making the playoffs this year. even though, and it's not even no hate stuff. This not even hate. This is just real honest opinion. I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC East, and only one team is gonna come out that division. And I just don't think it's the Cowboys.
Trash.
Facts.
It's trash.
That's the truth. The NFC East is a trash division, and it should only get one team in, and it's probably gonna be the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts is good enough to get them over the top, and I think their defense is solid. I think they picked up old boy from Georgia, Jordan Davis.
Yeah,
and the linebacker, Nakeem Dean.
Yeah, they picked up two of our defensive players.
Right. So let me ask you this. Let's go through the divisions real quick before we predict Sunday night. Okay. NFC East. Who you got winning the NFC East?
I am going to take. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
The Cowboys. All right.
And the reason I say the Cowboys because I trust Dak Prescott more than I would trust Jalen Hurts.
Right.
I think that Prescott is a better passer and thrower of the football than Jalen Hurts. So, I mean, you can have all the weapons in the world on your team, but if you can't get them the ball, those weapons are misfires. You can't do nothing with them.
Okay, so you got Dallas coming out the NFC East. I know Boat he'll appreciate that. What about the North?
The North. Hold on. You take your NFC.
Oh, East. Let me go my NFC East.
Yeah,
I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles winning the NFC East. Bo says he likes you. Bo is a fan vlogging. You got a new fan. Make sure you follow vlogging on IG, Twitter, TikTok, and make sure you sub up to his channel as Vlogging with Demetrius. My dude be dropping some dope content, so definitely check him out. So yeah, I'm going with the Eagles, man. Like, I think Hurts is not better than Dak. I will say that. But I think their team is better than the Cowboys. Their defense is better. They got better playmakers. Blasphemy. And it's gonna sound like hate because I don't like the Cowboys, but it's an honest opinion. I just think the Eagles are a better team in the division. In the NFC North, I'm gonna go with the Vikings, man. They put it on Green Bay today. I think the Vikings are gonna take that division.
Yeah, even though Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers is still a part of Green Bay, they have no receivers. They should have paid Devontae his money instead of giving it all to Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And now he has to pay for it.
And he will. I agree with you. I think
most definitely
the receivers is going to be a problem. He can't get down the field like he was getting down with Devontae. And we saw what happened today against Minnesota. Yep. They did what they needed to do to him.
And even then, there was a big story of him chewing out his receiver, even though most of them are rookies.
Right.
But him chewing out his receivers for not catching the ball during practices and stuff like that.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers to me is not a leader of a football team.
That's a big statement. Aaron Rodgers is not a leader.
And
me.
I think Aaron Rodgers needs established players around him in order for him to succeed. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the type of quarterback that makes people better.
Right.
They're already good. They just, to me, his receiving core and tight end position, I think they elevate him. Not saying he's not a good quarterback, because to me, he is definitely Hall of Fame worthy of a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
But
he's a, what, a 4-time MVP.
yeah,
Um,
he's definitely Hall of Fame. There's no knocking that. But at the same
Aaron
time,
Rodgers is one of the best regular season quarterbacks of all time, and that's the issue. When it comes to the postseason, he don't get the job done.
see, everybody say that, but to me, my pick as far as regular season, best regular season quarterback is Peyton Manning. Granted, he might not have all the accolades that
I mean,
that Aaron Rodgers had, but there was a lot of competition back then when Peyton Manning was playing.
yeah. I mean, you'll never really catch me saying anything bad about Peyton. I think Peyton's obviously one of the all-time greats. I mean, if I had to pick a quarterback to win me one game between Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers, I would really have to think about it. Who in the chat? Who would you pick? Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning? If you had one game for everything, if you can get any sneaker you wanted in the world by winning this one game, who is the quarterback that you gonna have playing that game for you? Peyton
I'm
Manning,
taking Peyton.
Aaron Rodgers. You taking who?
I'm taking Peyton. And that might be biased because I'm a fan.
Then that's definitely biased. Like,
Yeah,
just like me being an Aaron Rodgers guy, I'm probably gonna say Aaron Rodgers. So we'll see, but we'll take a look at that a little bit later. So let me ask this question: the NFC South, home of the Falcons, the Saints, the Panthers, and the Bucks. Who's winning the division, man?
I'm not naive. It's definitely gonna be the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks.
It's definitely gonna be the Bucks. I mean, you don't bet against Tom Brady. I've done it plenty of times. And I mean, our division is more so like the NFC East. It's weak right now, even though, you know, even though I like the Ninja Turtle reference, both kicks. Even though Carolina added Baker Mayfield, who is overrated in my opinion,
All right,
it's still gonna be the Bucks. How far they get into the playoffs, that will be determined.
All right. So you got the Bucks winning the NFC South. I initially picked Tampa Bay to win the NFC South, but with the offensive line injuries, I am concerned. I'm gonna pick the Saints, and I know you don't want to hear that. I know that ain't a good name to say out there, but I think the Saints are gonna win the NFC South. I think Jameis is gonna get it done. I think their defense it should be better. It should be good. The only question I have with the Saints is, was it all Sean Payton, or were they really just a good team? So I guess we're gonna find that out, this season. So we definitely gonna find out.
Yeah.
What up, Danny G? He said Aaron Rodgers, man. See, Aaron Rodgers. If I'm gonna win a game, I'm going with A-Rod. As long as it ain't the Super Bowl or the playoffs, I'm gonna go with Rodgers. So we'll see. So the NFC West, who you got winning the NFC West?
Now it's your turn to go first. Who you got?
The 49ers. The 49ers will win the NFC West, and it won't even be close. Like the Rams, I think the Rams are going to have a setback this season. We're going to come back and we're going to win that NFC West. We're going to have a good season with Trey Lance. And that's being completely unbiased.
Nah.
That's the Bills?
Nah, I think y'all got, I don't know. I might have to, even though they're going to have a setback, I still trust the Rams. Like, I'm not there with Trey Lance just yet.
I mean, that's fair. Early, he's a young quarterback. It's fair.
World, but if you can't get the ball to the weapons, it don't matter. I mean, granted, they got the smackdown laid to him Thursday night, but I think Matthew Stafford is going to come back, man. Matthew Stafford, I'm not going to say he's Hall of Fame, but he's a great quarterback.
That's a good question to have for another episode. Is Stafford Hall of Fame bound, or is he just a tier 2 below a Hall of Fame quarterback? But I mean, I get it. The Rams are defending Super Bowl champions. I mean, they say Stafford's elbow ain't right. He didn't get the ball down the field like he used to. Maybe that's an issue. I don't know. But Boat says I'm betting with my heart. That ain't necessarily true. I'm unbiased, Boat. Like, I'm a realistic sports fan. When we not good, I'm gonna let you know we not good. but I think we win in the division though. So let's uh let's take it to the AFC West. I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers, man. I think the Chargers are finally gonna get it done. I know Kansas City just put the smack down on Arizona, but I think the Chargers and Herbert, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, they finally get it done, man. They get over the hump and make the playoffs.
I think this is going to be a tough division because you got four great teams in that division. You know, with Denver adding Russell Wilson to the fold, uh, the Raiders adding hell of a wide receiver in Devontae Adams. Even though
Right.
they didn't get it done today, but it was still a great game to watch. I ain't gonna say I always love, but since he's been in the league, I've been enamored with watching Justin Herbert play. I didn't watch none of his college games,
Right.
but the way he commands his team on the field, and then Patrick Mahomes gonna be Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Not always trustworthy because he do dumb stuff with the ball, the no look passes, all that extra and one stuff he do with football.
Right.
But I gotta go with my homeboy.
Okay, Kansas City. You got Kansas City winning. I got the Chargers. I think obviously the AFC West is the best division in football.
It is.
I don't think it's close. I can see 3 teams making the playoffs out that division. So I don't think you can really go wrong. I mean, it's honestly a division where any one of the 4 teams can win. And I don't even like the Raiders like that. And I think the Raiders got a shot to win, even though they didn't do well today or they didn't get the W today. I think the Raiders,
Yeah.
they're good enough to win that division still. So we'll see how that plays out. But I got the Chargers again, vlogging going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs, man. I ain't gonna forget that Super Bowl. It still hurt. It still hurt. So the AFC South, I think this is a pretty easy one to pick. I'm gonna go with the Colts. We just talked about Matt Ryan earlier. I think that division is weak. It might be one of the worst divisions. So I'm gonna go Colts on that one.
I agree. Colts. I like Matt Ryan, former Falcon quarterback. He was
Right.
a good quarterback. I don't think he been the same since that 2016 season when we lost. But then
Right.
again, we didn't have the right pieces around him to make him look like the 2016 Matt Ryan, who
Right.
won MVP that year. And Indianapolis from Andrew Luck. Well, the only person who couldn't get it done was Carson Wentz. And Matt Ryan to me is a way better quarterback than Carson Wentz. So
That's fair.
that team gonna be to me an interesting between them and the Broncos. They're gonna be two of the most interesting teams for me to watch this season.
All right. That's I would agree with that. I am interested to see how the Broncos do with Russ. And I want to see Matt Ryan succeed. Matty Ice is what y'all call him.
Yeah,
I want to see him have a shot, but he'll get to the playoffs, man. But the AFC is a tough conference, man. I wouldn't hold my breath on any of those teams on the AFC. Those boys is bad.
yeah. Getting out that conference almost like getting out the Western NBA.
Fact. I completely agree with you on that one. So the AFC North, the Deshaun Watson division, uh, who we got coming out the AFC North? We got Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland. What you thinking?
Um, this one I'm gonna go with. Honestly, I might go with Cincinnati. I like Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Jamar Chase is a beast. And I think as long as those two healthy, I think they can go a long way. Granted, the offensive line needs work,
Yeah.
but to me, the offensive line is better than what they had in the Super Bowl. So I'm definitely gonna rock with the Bengals.
Shout out to Jeezy. What up, Jeezy?
What up, Cheesy? Y'all took that W today. I ain't mad.
Yeah, he's mad. He lying to you, Jeezy. He mad that the Saints got that dub today. The AFC North, man. This is a tough division, man. And it ain't necessarily tough because all the teams are great, but I think all the teams are still close. But I like Cincinnati too, man. I like Joe Burrow. It's something about the kid, man. It's something about the kid that he just plays well. Obviously he didn't play well today, but him, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon.
That game came down to a wire. I mean,
Oh
honestly,
yeah,
that game came down to the kicker, special team.
Right.
yeah. Joe Burrow brought them back. They were down, what, 17-0, 20-0, or something like that. So, but Lamar Jackson, man, I think
Baltimore's going to take a step back. I think Lamar is going to play careful football.
All right.
He's going to try not to get hurt because, he didn't resign.
He didn't resign or get that new contract.
He an option right now. So he's going to definitely try to play careful football. He ain't going to be doing all that running around that he was doing because he don't want to get hurt. So I think that's going to hurt them because, to me, that's his number one weapon.
Right.
He can throw the ball, but it's not as consistent as him running.
Right.
That's fair. It's something about Baltimore, man. They just win games. Like, they just do it. I don't know what it is. I think they'll be a playoff team. They'll compete with Cincinnati. I kind of wrote off Pittsburgh, and that's before the TJ Watt injury. They're saying TJ Watt might have torn his pec muscle, so if he did that, that's just terrible. But Cincinnati. I'm gonna go Cincinnati, man, because I'm gonna change my mind if I keep thinking about it. I'm gonna go Bengals because Lamar Jackson's my guy. I like Lamar a lot, so I'm gonna just.
Yeah, I do too. But like I said, he trying not to get hurt this season because even though he's not going to get it, he wants that fully guaranteed deal. Even though I do not see Baltimore giving him that at all.
Right.
So, we're going to see this season how he carries himself.
No doubt. All right, so this takes us to the last division in football, and then we'll get to the Sunday night predictions, and then we get out here for this game. The AFC East, man. I think this is a two-team division. Buffalo, who I think is the best team in the NFL. And the Dolphins. But I'm not sold on Tua. That's my problem with the Dolphins. I like their talent. I'm not sure about Tua.
I agree. Tua, to me, he's up and down. He might have a good game this week, next week. It's not consistent. It's different from college football where he pretty much reigns supreme once he entered the field after Jalen Hurts, that championship game against Georgia that we lost that year. And he hasn't been the same since he got injured in college.
Oh yeah, ever since that hip injury really messed up Tua, like, because it was everybody was talking about we're gonna tank for Tua. Everybody was gonna tank for Tua. He had the nasty injury, and he just isn't. He isn't the same person. He's still accurate, but he don't got no arm. He don't run no more. He just ain't. He ain't that guy.
And even though they added Tyreek Hill is known for up the seam. He want that ball 60 yards, running up the seam, passes that he know Patrick Mahomes can deliver.
Right.
Can't see that with Tua.
Tua not making those throws.
Yeah, he's not making those
Tua
throws.
not making those Pat Mahomes throws. We'll see. I think that Coach McDaniel is going to put them in the right positions, and I think he's going to utilize Tua's strength with the accuracy, and there'll be a lot of quick screens to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Miami, like I said, they got a lot of weapons. Mostert, Chase Edmonds, they got a team there, man. But the game about to start, so we're gonna go ahead and get these Sunday night predictions in, so we can get out of here, so everybody can watch the game. The Dallas Cowboys and Tampa Bay. Who you got tonight? Vlogging. Who is gonna win, and what's the score?
I'm taking Tampa. Score is going to be. I'm gonna give it 35-27 Tampa.
35-27 Tampa. All right. I like that. I'm also picking Tampa Bay, but I'm gonna pick them to win 27-10 over the Cowboys. Boat Kicks is not gonna like that. He said F both of them. Jeezy, hilarious. I'm going Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. They're gonna show out in week 1. The Cowboys are gonna take this L. Again, thank you for everybody for tuning in. I will be back with more sneakers and sports. I'm gonna try to hit y'all up Wednesday with another episode, so I can talk about the upcoming week, because the Thursday night games. So we'll see how that all plays out. But I'm definitely going to be live a lot more. I appreciate you vlogging again. Make sure you subscribe to Vlogging with Demetrius on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all of that. My guy really comes through with the content. He's doing his shorts. He's doing his videos.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Hey, make sure you plug Mrs. Vlogging too also while you're here.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all go check out Bernadette Bracelets on Instagram. My girl runs the business from my sneaker room.
There you
Well,
go.
one half of it. Right now, if y'all hear a bunch of noise in the background, that's her now working.
Power couple.
But go check out on Instagram if you have a significant other or your mother or auntie or anybody. She makes really dope bracelets. She also makes cell phone cases. She sells purses and bags. So go check out on Instagram. That's Bernadette Bracelets, BERNADETT_bracelets.
And
Go
Mrs.
check out.
Vlogging, I might have to hit you up because I still haven't been forgiven for the whole baking thing. So
Oh no.
yeah, I might have to hit you up with some, forgive me stuff. So we'll see. But anyway, everybody enjoy the Sunday night game. We'll talk about the Monday night game recap next week. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks again, Vlogger, for coming through.
Well, we
Thanks
can
for
get a quick
tuning in.
prediction there real quick. Quick
Go ahead.
prediction Monday night.
What was
Who's
that?
playing? I said
Denver and
Denver.
Seattle.
Oh, Monday night, Denver, Seattle. Oh,
Okay.
it's a Russell Wilson revenge game. Let's real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah,
Who you
yeah,
got winning that?
Denver.
Seattle might be the worst team in football.
The way Pete Carroll treated Russell Wilson on his way out,
Yeah.
Russell Wilson about to get in there behind.
Russell Wilson might turn the scoreboard off on Denver. And if you played any sports, you know what turning the scoreboard off mean. They gonna win by at least 21 points minimum. I think Russell gonna go ape shit on them. I'm just be honest with you.
Yeah.
So and that's the Monday night game. Yeah, maybe a score of 38-7 or something. I'm thinking blowout.
It might be 38-3.
That I can see that, man.
That
Seattle
defense, Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
Man, listen. I don't see Seattle scoring much of nothing with Geno Smith.
See, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I can't stand the Seahawks. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. All right. Again, it's your boy Mac TheWiseSole, your home for sneakers and sports. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all later this week.